Hey guys, well, this video I'll talk about AMI and how to launch various kinds of AMI, how to copy the AMI, and a couple of tips and tricks. Okay, in the last video, I think we talked about how to launch, how to connect to the instances. So in this video, we'll talk about AMI things. Okay, so I've logged into my account. The first thing what we normally do is, um, I'll just show you how to launch the instance. Okay, so when you launch the instance, okay, before I explain about this launching the instance, I hope everybody is aware of these things. Whiteboard. Let me let me do it real quick. Okay, here we go. So make sure, okay, EC2 is part of EC2 is is a combination of, okay, it is a combination of. So the first one is AMI. So AMI, okay, I'll do like this. Okay, so this is the EC2 instance. Okay, and the first one, you should need AMI component. Without this, AMI is nothing but your base OS or whatever OS, and then you added some packages, so we call it as an Amazon machine image. And for example, now I'm just choosing, for this example, I'm choosing Amazon Linux 2 AMI, okay, which is the HVM. I hope you guys are aware of it. Right now, all the instances are coming with the HVM, hardware virtual machine model, and I'm choosing that one. And this is the AMI ID. AMI ID is a unique ID, and this is the Intel board AMI ID. For ARM, that is different AMI ID. Remember that. And for Amazon Linux 2, it comes with a 5-year support, okay, and it gives the kernel 5.10. So what is how to check the kernel version? It is uname -r. So if you type this command in your Linux after you launched it, you can check it, uname space -r. Okay, and then it says, and it is coming with the systemd daemon. It is not going with the init anymore. Systemd is the latest one, 219, and GCC and glibc, and binary utils 2.29, and the latest software packages through extras. So it also says this AMI is a successor of the Amazon Linux AMI. So 6 months back, I believe, okay, we didn't have this Linux 2 AMI. I think they've released just a couple of months back. Before that, we had only this one, Amazon Linux 2 AMI, and before that, there is one more called Amazon Linux just AMI. Okay, Amazon Linux AMI and Amazon Linux 2 AMI, but they are mentioning this AMI is the successor of Amazon Linux AMI that is now under maintenance only mode and has been removed from this visit. So it has been removed. Okay, so this is one thing. This is the AMI which we are choosing, and here on the right side we have two options. Okay, one is x8486 and ARM. It is nothing but your chipset or processor type. So x86 means Intel. ARM means it's another company. So for example, if you say ARM processor, so it is a different processor. Okay, so if you say Intel versus ARM, see, it's all different companies. So Intel we have, ARM we have. So I'm choosing with Intel. Okay, and here down below, root device type, we are choosing EBS. I'll talk about EBS maybe in next couple of sessions. And virtualization type, it's all HVM. Okay, ENA is nothing but again enhanced networking. It's enabled almost for all the instances. ENA would be enabled. Okay, so if you scroll down, okay, I'm just unchecking the free tier. If you see all the instances, okay, we have how many instances? We have total 45 AMIs we have. Okay, in this 45 AMIs you would see only HVM. Everything is HVM. I don't see any PV in my experience, but I'll just verify it again. Everything is HVM, and everything is EBS, and everything is yes for ENA enabled. Okay, so here in this instance page you will see Linux to Linux AMI. Only the difference between is this is a kernel version 5.10, this is 4.14, and SSD volume type, this is here it's also SSD, and rest of the things except the kernel version, rest of the things the same. Okay, Cool. The next one is Mac OS. So Mac OS is not, you will not get free. I have unchecked the free, but if you check the free, Mac OS will go off. Okay. So, I mean, as we know, Apple is so expensive. Okay, but brilliant performance. That's a different part. So free test. So Mac OS we have 12.11.10, and then Red Hat bare metal. You don't have any extra softwares. You just give only the Red Hat version 8, and then the EBS volume type. That's it. And SUSE also we have, Ubuntu also we have, and next one is Windows 2019 base 2019. So a lot of Windows are here, and then Ubuntu 18.04. I think on top we saw 20, I believe. Ubuntu 20. Yeah, Ubuntu 20. Yes. So here they are giving Ubuntu 18.04 as well. I think Ubuntu 20, maybe my calculation, 8 months or 6 months back they got released. And SUSE is there, Windows again, and Linux, Amazon Linux 2 with something, SQL Standard, .NET. Wow, it's a lot of things. If you want to go for deep learning AMI, you can go with this one. So they're giving a lot of extra things here. This is not all free tier. That's what you have to see for it. Okay. 16.4 is there for Ubuntu. Deep learning RHL. Okay, cool. So AMI is nothing but it's a package, a base OH with some extra layers, extra layer of softwares you will get it. Okay. So the mandatory thing is the first one should be AMI. Okay, any EC2 instance. So AMI is done. So what is next? So next is I'm choosing Amazon Linux to AMI, the first one with Intel board x86. Okay, and then x86 is nothing but Intel. Okay, cool. Select. Now you're going to choose the instance type. Okay, what should be the instance type? So we have various instance types available. Okay, if you Google it here, so if you go here and then type AWS EC2 instance types, you will get various instance types as I've explained in the other video. So based on your applications baseline, you need to choose which application you have to go for. So now here anyways, this is for free tier, so I'm always going with the T2 family, and the T2 micro is a type. And what is a T2 micro type? I mean configuration, virtual CPU is only one, and memory is only one, and internal storage is EBS only. We'll talk about EBS later, a later course. This is one thing. So if you want, for example, here if you want something else, if I want M5, just click on M5, you will get M5. And for M5, for example, M5 2x large, you are getting 8 virtual CPU and 32 gig memory. Okay, and if you don't want something else, you can select other things as well. Okay, and here all the instance families you'll get it, and we're going to choose T2 micro, which is one virtual CPU and one memory gig. Okay, and on the right side you have current generation and all generations. Current generation means the one which you have, I mean, I would say HVM compatible. Okay, but if you take all generations, even it will give you the older version as well, older generation instance types as well. Okay, so let's go for current generation and all instance families, but for us anyways we're gonna go for T2 micro. So as per the diagram you need instance type here. This is also mandatory. Okay, now I'm choosing T2 micro here. Done. Next, configure instances. Now you're going to configure the instance here. How many number of instances are you going to launch? So when I say instance, always remember guys, when I say instance is nothing but, as per the previous video, if you see, this is the host machine. You will have a physical machine somewhere in some availability zone. Okay, and in the host machine there would be an instance running, EC2 instance. So in this EC2 instance there would be other EC2 instances also which would be running for other accounts or for other customers. Okay, so that default, whenever you're trying to create an instance default, it will be in a shared host. Shared host means this host is shared with other vendors as well, other customers also. But there are other companies, if you don't want if you don't want this approach, if you don't want the shared approach, you can go with the dedicated host. Okay, dedicated host means nothing but you will get the machine and this will be dedicated only to your account. Okay, remember that. Now instance type is selected. Cool. Now I'm going to choose only one instances right now. So if you see configure the instance to suit your requirements, you can launch multiple instances from the same AMI. So I am choosing only one AMI, and then you can launch multiple instances with this AMI. You can launch 1 2 3 4 5 etc, but there is a limit. That's a different part anyways. Okay, so you can request spot instances to take advantage of your lower pricing, assign an access management role to the instance, and more. Okay, so for now, just for this session, I'm just going with the flow. I'm gonna go for a number of instances one, and then I'm not gonna touch anything else. Okay, and for here user data, so user data is nothing but there is a concept called bootstrapping. Okay, there is a concept called bootstrapping in I mean in the server field. 1 minute. Okay, what is bootstrapping? So bootstrapping is nothing but when you're launching an instance and you don't want some task to be repetitive. Every day you're launching some instances and you're updating some repos, or you're enabling some services. So that is kind of manual intervention. So you are just putting all these commands during the launch of the instance. So as soon as the instance gets launched, that will be done. I'll just show you one demo on that. So I'm just going to copy one code from here. 1 minute. So this is a code which I'm going to type. What it does is it just update the yum package management, and then it just install the Apache, and then it's starting the Apache server. Then it just enable the HTTPD server, that is Apache server. When if the server restarts, then automatically the server will come up. Okay, and then I'm just typing some simple HTML code. Okay, hello AWS engineers. It will take the host name, the full host name of the private IP, and then it's gonna paste this HTML document into index.html in this path. So this is a simple file. I'm gonna copy this. I'm gonna paste it here in the optional user data. Okay, here you have to type it. Okay, and this permission will act as like acts like a root user, so you don't need to worry. Everything will be running whatever you're typing here. Okay, you don't need to add sudo yam or sudo something. So this entire user data default, okay, implicitly acts like a sudo access. So that's it. Add storage, and I'll talk about this as storage in the next couple of videos. Just hit on next tag, and I'm clicking on name. So I'm just making like my HTTPD server, and then configure security groups. So for now, create a new security groups. Let me create a new security group for this. Okay, HTTPD security group. And here HTTPD security group. I'm creating a security group. I'm allowing only the SSH, which is acting in the 22 range, and I'm going to make it anywhere for now. Okay, and this is for SSH for web server. Okay, and then review and launch. So just review it, everything is correct or not. Now if you remember, so AMI is important, instance type is important, and security groups is also important. Instance details is also important. Storage is also important. So your EC2 is packaged with all these 6 items. Okay, just remember that EC2 is nothing like just one component. If you have 6 or 7 components added, Only then your EC2 makes it meaningful. So just hitting on launch. And for now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it like a proceed without a key pair, and I'm going to click on I acknowledge that without a key pair, because as my previous video, I can connect to this instance using the EC2 instance connect. Okay, so I'm just sitting on launch instances now. Okay, now the instances will be launched. So let's wait for a minute. Okay, so let's see whether my instance is running. Okay, I think it's kind of up and running. So you can see it is running state, but the status check, it says initializing, because it's still doing. If you hit on status checks here, it will do a system status checks and instance status. This is the host one and this is the instance one. It will take a minute or two once it gets completed, but in the meantime, what we will do is we will try to hit on connect, and then I'm gonna click on EC2 instance connect. I'm gonna hit on connect. So let's see whether it's connecting or not. Okay, it is getting connected, which is good. And also, if you remember, we have added the bootstrapping script. So let's see whether it is available or not. Cd var www. Okay. So cat var www.html / index.html. See, the same thing which we have added there, it is available in the same file. Okay, that's good. Now the next thing is, so this we made it as a, if you see the script here, right? So what we did, systemctl start httpd, right? So if you want to see that, systemctl status.httpd. So it is saying the Apache HTTP server, it is active running, because we already added in the bootstrapping code systemctl start httpd. But if you want to stop it for some time, you can do systemctl stop httpd. Okay, what it says, failed to stop. Okay, because I am into the ec2 hyphen user. So what I will do is sudo su. So I am in root. Now systemctl. First I'll check status. Okay, it's still running. Systemctl stop httpd. So now if you check systemctl status.httpd, see, it is dead. It is inactive. It was running and it is inactive. So how will you make it up again? So systemctl start httpd. So now systemctl status httpd. So it is running. Okay, so this is how you can verify it. And then this one is nothing but, as soon as you run this command, whenever the system restarts, automatically the web service, this one which we're talking about, this one will come up. This one will become active as soon as the server restarts. Okay, cool. Now what else we can do here is, let me bring up the public IP. Okay, and I'm gonna open a new tab. I'm gonna type enter. It should open up my web page. Okay, whatever I have typed in this file, cat var www.html. Okay, /index.html. So it should give me this page. Okay, hello AWS engineers, blah 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 blah. Now if you see this, it's not coming. Let's see what is the problem here. So if it is not coming, okay, it says error connection timed out. Or if you see, this this icon is keep on revolving, or what you have to check it. The first one is you have to check your security group. Okay, so I am going for a security group. You click on instance, click on security, click on security groups, and here in the security groups you'll see the inbound rules. So I'm just giving you only the 22 port access, because your browser will always access HTTP or HTTPS. So what I will do here is I'm going to give edit inbound rules, and I'm going to add a rule, and then I'm going to type HTTP, and then anywhere IPv4 for now, save rules. So now if you type search here, see, I'm getting the page, hello AWS engineers. So whatever page you put up in your this location, var www.html, you're getting this, hello AWS engineers, IP blah 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 blah. Okay, so this is how you can launch the instance with the bootstrapping scripts, guys. Thank you.